Global.
Do you feel like, DJ Screw in Houston, like people still appreciate the slow culture of music outside of Houston, or even still in Houston? Like, I see Sauce, what I'm saying, paying a lot of homage to that, but I don't see a lot of rappers pay homage to Screw, what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just asleep, I don't know, but I don't see a lot of rappers doing it. Am I right, or?
Shout out to Sauce. We actually did a record together called ATL Atlanta, dropping soon. Sauce has a project that he did in Screwed. He respects the culture. He respects the Houston sound, and big ups to Sauce Walka. Everybody else, I can't say the same thing, and it's not even about, yes, it's about paying homage, but you can't forget where you come from. Even if you, like right now I'm from Houston, like I'm in Dallas, I'ma say Houston. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's not me saying fuck Dallas, but you gotta acknowledge where you came from. You gotta be proud of where you came from. You can't go someplace else and pretend like this is, take that and then run with that. You know what I mean? So you gotta pay homage. If you from Houston and you doing a Houston sound, do your research. Educate yourself. Before you start rapping, learn about who came before you. You see what I'm saying? Learn about the craft. Learn about how the cadence work. How does snares, beats, drums, all that stuff. Learn about it before you start getting into this rap shit. But definitely, if you're going to speak about something, it's for anybody. If you're going to speak about something, know what you're speaking about. You understand? Like, you in school, I know y'all in school, like, before you write a piece of paper, you have to plan it. And then once you plan it, then you write rough drafts. Do that shit. Because you're talking about something you don't know nothing about.
Nah, for sure. Now, Houston is definitely one of the best cities in Texas. I feel like the music scene is definitely growing. There's a lot of upcoming artists, a lot of artists that's already pop from Houston right now. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Now, what do you think is holding the underground scene back in Houston? Because there's a lot of dope underground rappers in Houston that I'm finding out about every day. You know what I'm saying?
Houston have a lot of dope underground artists. The problem with Houston is there's no support, and I'm talking about not from no label. I'm talking about from each other.
You think so?
Yeah, because the Houston artists, I reached out to Sauce Walka. I reached out to his management team. You have to go out there. You can't wait for people to knock on the fucking door. You got to go out there and reach out to people. The problem is, it's so much jealousy in Houston. A lot of these artists don't want to work with each other because they don't want to, okay, he going to outshine me on my song or this and that, just, this is on some, exclusive stuff, but OMB, Bloodbath, and Loretta Savage, I got a single with them coming out too, you feel me? Two great artists from Houston. Bloodbath, I think she signed with Atlantic. You got to go out there and connect. You got to go out there and actually reach out to these people. You see what I'm saying? And it's about, just because I do a song with somebody from my city, it's not that I'm saying fuck everybody else's city, but you gotta grow where you from. You understand? Because a lot of people come to Houston, they take the culture, they take the lean, they take the sound, they take the singing and rapping, and then they run with it. You understand? I don't know if y'all don't know who Big Mo is. Listen to that man. You understand? Listen to that. Listen to his melodies. Listen to the cadence. Listen to that. And tell me if that's not what you hear right now. And that was in the 90s. You understand? So, but just to answer your question, artists in Houston are like crabs in the bucket. They don't, I love Megan Thee Stallion. She's from Houston. She's at the top of her game. There's a lot of great artists in Houston. Why she not working with them? Why she not trying to help them? And I'm not asking her to, I'm not saying you got to do everyone, but there's great underground artists that working their ass off. You know, sometimes we just need a hand up. Not a hand out, but a hand up. You feel me?
For sure, for sure. Now, if I was to do like a most influential cities in Texas list, where would you put Houston?
I put Houston at the top. I mean, you got to. You know, the culture of Houston, the biggest artist in the world, Drake, started in Houston. You know, and molded his sound. You know, and so I definitely would put it at the #1 spot, most definitely.
All right, who would be second?
Second, I would say Dallas. Just because the Dallas culture is just as influenceable as the Houston culture. And then after that, I would say Austin, San Antonio, and then other than that, you know, y'all can kind of feel that.
For sure, for sure. Now, shit, like, are you hip to the Dallas scene or any Dallas artists that we got out here?
A few, you know, not too many. Of course, Yellow Busy and everything. So, but not too.
Not too much. Okay,
yeah,
okay. Now, you know, recently, you know, forward rapper Goyeo, he really been beefed up with like
I seen that.
Majority of Houston. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you think like what he's doing? Do you think it's smart for him to beef with Houston? And I also seen you mentioned him and said, you know what I'm saying? Something, what you say?
In Houston, we live by a certain code about respect. And respect in Houston is not asked, it's demanded. And what I mean by that is this. We have a certain code, certain values, systems that we align ourselves with. And disrespect is not something that we deal with very well. I don't care if you yayo, yo-yo, or whatever yo you is. We at your neck. And at the end of the day, you show me respect, I show you respect. You disrespect, now it's going to be World War V. And that's just what it is. So he needs to understand that. Is that anything in this industry, hip-hop, whatever, is in Houston. You got to come to Houston. You got to check in. And so just for him, you know, watch what you say. Watch what you do, watch what you say. Because it can end bad. Very bad.
No, for sure, for sure. Now, let's get into the music, bro. Like, when did you start making music?
I started seriously making music 2018 when I started my team, LNT, Legendary Music Team. Seriously, 2018. I've been doing music recording-wise since 2016, but I wasn't serious. I was still finding my sound, getting my craft together, you know, learning about me, knowing about me, and kind of, you know, still, you know, fishing. I feel like every artist, when they first start, you got to find your lane, you got to find your sound. It's cool that, you know, that everybody else is, you know, like you trying to find this, but you need that time to find who you are as an artist, because, you know, you don't want to run off with somebody else's sound and then you're stuck, because that sound will change. In 5 years, the shit we doing now, we're not going to be doing this 5 years from now. So if you're not unique, you know, you get caught in the wave and drown.
Do you feel like that's a reason why a lot of artists get stagnant, because they get caught up in in somebody else's sound?
Definitely. You know, if you look back at the 90s, there was uniqueness. You know, there was, oh, I know Tupac sound, I know Biggie sound, you know, so it was a difference. Now everybody trying to rap and sing. That's the wave. You a street nigga, sing. NBA Youngboy, sing. And I love NBA Youngboy. I fuck with the wave, but we need somebody different. We need somebody that that's different. I feel like everybody want to be on this rap and sing shit. And that's no offense, because I rap and sing as well. but I understand the culture, you know, and so a lot of people just doing this shit because it's a trend. You know, they don't really respect it. They just doing that shit just to do it, you know, because somebody else, you see somebody else do it. Nah.
What do you think separates you from other rappers?
My realness, my ability to not be afraid to express how I feel, and even if that makes me look bad or it makes me look good, or you know, I'm gonna tell the truth in my songs. You know, I'm gonna tell the truth. The reason why I'm in Dallas is because I'm shooting a video to Rags to Riches, a remix, a cover to Rod Wave. I fuck with Rod Wave, and he's the epitome of real. You know, and I fuck with NBA Youngboy too because in his songs he tell the truth. It may make him look bad, it may make him look good, but he tell the truth. You know, he tell his story. And that song, I tell my story. You know, Rags to Riches. I was in a relationship for 5 years with a fucked up individual. I turned that negativity into a positive. You understand? I turned that bad situation to a good situation because me being in that situation made me the person that y'all see. You know, it made me work harder, you know, so Rags to Riches.
Nah, for sure, for sure. Now, you said something about being in a relationship, bro, so I gotta ask you, you know, for people trying to get out of a toxic relationship, like, what are some advice you can give them to, like, leaving that relationship alone?
Well, first, it depends on how deep you are. You know, if you just met the person and you seeing signs of little fucked up shit, don't look over that. Don't say, oh, you know, that ain't nothing. Me personally, it's best to leave them when you still have some type of control over your heart than to stay with them and then get trapped, because when you really love somebody, it's not that hard. It's not hard. Well, I'm sorry, let me reflect that. So when you are in love with somebody, it's not that easy to just walk out the door. If you really love the person, like really love them, it's going to be hard to walk out and to stay out. So in the beginning is the most important stage, because there will be signs. You know, she or he gonna be doing little things that's gonna question, like, hey, why you doing this? Why you doing that? And they gonna try to say, oh, you know, you tripping, and then you gonna be thinking, oh, maybe I am tripping. Nah, you're not tripping. So just look at the signs, trust yourself. If you feel that feeling that you need to leave them, or you feel that feeling that, you know, something ain't right with that person, leave, because your heart is valuable. You know what I mean? So that's my advice that I give them.
For sure, for sure. Now let's talk about the blogs, bro. Like, first of all, what made you want to tap in with Dallas Global?
Dallas Global was recommended by Sauce. So his team told me about y'all and said y'all was the best. And so I linked in, we connected, and that's why we're here. But definitely, and I if I work with you, or we do a song together, or, you know, I listen. You know, I'm a good listener. So definitely, that was the reason how we got to where we are.
For sure, for sure. Yeah. Now, do you think blogs are important to rappers' careers in this day and age?
Definitely, because you got to get eyes on you. You know, a lot of these rappers think that they can make a song and then the song blows up. Not saying that they don't happen. It does happen, but everything is planned. You have to plan out everything. You know, when you look at McDonald's, somebody is in a board meeting planning everything. This shit don't just, somebody's in the background putting in the work. So if you're an artist, you are a brand, like a McDonald's, like a Target, right? So you have to plan. You got to sit down with your team. You got to have a team, you know, and you got to strategize. And so this was all strategized. You know, as a rapper, you have to hit the blogs up, because they're reporting you. You understand? Like the news, they're reporting. So common sense will tell you, go to the people who are reporting to the people that need to hear your songs. You understand? So very important.
Facts. Now, shit, bro, like, what can we expect from you coming 2020, bro? Like,
2020, just music, more content. I don't just do music. I'm also an actor, a director. I have my own shoes, clothing line, my website rkmlegend.net, Instagram legend RKM. So I don't want to be in one box, you know, and I'm all for black empowerment, black organizations. We are a black organization, my team, and you know, we just want to, you know, embrace and show the world that black people can come together without killing each other. We can come together and make a difference. You know, George Floyd is from Houston, and it's fucked up what happened with that situation. But what we got to do now as black people is we got to stand up and say no more. You know, we got to start owning shit. You know, we can't make any laws or change anything if we're not owners. We need to be in the Supreme Courts. We need to start, you know, it's good to be an artist. If you want to be an artist, I'm not knocking that. But your brand is going to reach more than just music. So you must do more than just music. You understand? If you want to. Now, you can just sit at home and do whatever you want to do. But as an artist, I feel like you have a responsibility. You have a platform. You have fans. And, you know, you will be held accountable by your music, what you say, and you gotta hold yourself accountable as well. Because there's little kids in middle school, elementary school that's looking up to you. You know, what example are you leading? I'm not a role model. A lot of rappers say that. I'm not a role model, I'm not trying to be. You are in a situation where you are a role model, where do you want to be one or you not? Okay, you can say you not, you can think you're not, but you are. So.
For sure. Now, let me ask you this, bro. Like, do you feel like protests and things like that really help move the culture forward, or do you feel like protests are kind of pointless?
I'm not against protesting. I'm not against marching. But we was doing that in the 50s and the 60s. I mean, don't get me wrong, change, came, but it's to the point where it's just like, okay, I'm tired of walking. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of putting my hands up in the air in a fist and nothing's being done. You know, sometimes you gotta be dramatic and drastic and you gotta make these people feel you. It's kind of like this. Let's say you own a house and somebody keeps breaking into that house. Been doing it for years. You walk in my house, I'm gonna blow your ass away. Then why you gotta shoot them? Nah, you've been doing this for year after year after year after year. I'm gonna blow your ass away. Because at the end of the day, this little cycle of, okay, white people need to understand that we mean business. And I'm not trying to say all white people, but God damn it. To see wrong and not do anything, you just as wrong as a person doing wrong. And to be honest with you, it's to a point now where white people got friends. White people got white friends. That's racist. Whether they want to admit it or not. If all the white people that aren't racist start opening their fucking mouths to the white people that are racist, there wouldn't be no racists. But the problem is, no, they don't want to do that because they want to keep their job, they want to keep their pension, their 401k. They want to get their bosses mad. They don't want to get their dad mad, grandpa mad.
Have you ever experienced racism?
Yeah, definitely. I experienced that, like school growing up. And what I found out, white people want you to not feel threatened. Well, reverse that. They don't want to feel threatened by you. So, what I mean by this is this. It's like this. Let's say a white person walks in you know, I went to an all-white college, private college, Denver, Colorado, Regis University, all white. It was probably maybe 2 black people in the whole damn college. I am not capping. And I learned in that situation that I couldn't be me. You know, I couldn't be myself. I couldn't speak the same way I speak if I was back in Houston. I couldn't do what I normally could do. You know, I had to bow down, not on some weak shit, just, you know, to feel less threatened. So they'll feel like they ain't got nothing to worry about.
Right,
you see what I'm saying? A white person don't want to feel like, oh, you know, he's turning up on me. You know, nah. So I couldn't be myself. And when you are 100% black to a white person, it scares them.
So I went to Colorado, bro. I seen in Denver. Your college is in Denver?
Denver, yeah, Denver.
I seen very few black people. I didn't see not too many black people. I was really shocked, yeah. But I didn't feel like it was like I didn't feel no racism.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, damn, it's been a long time since I've been somewhere and I ain't see like no black people.
Yeah, now Colorado Springs, Aurora, those are, you gonna see some black people there.
Nah, facts. I went to Walmart, bro. I was in Denver.
Yeah.
The black dude who worked at Walmart looked like he was so happy to see me.
Yeah.
Like he knew me. He was like, yeah, man, y'all go to Colorado Springs? I'm like, nah. I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
It must not be no black people out here.
Nah,
you know what I'm
it really is. In Denver, nah. So I learned a lot, you know, about myself, and I learned a lot just being in that environment where I went to all black school, went to Hastings, A-Leaf Hastings, the same school that Max O'Creen went to.
Yeah. So what was it like growing up in A-Leaf, bro? Because I hear like it's like a legendary, you know what I'm saying, hood in Houston. Is A-Leaf actually really like the hood, or is it suburbs?
Nah, it's the hood. You know, it's definitely the hood. Of course, you know, there's parts of it where, you know, you do got some people with some money, but people that don't got no money will go in there. There ain't nothing, you know what I mean? So it's a neighborhood where, you know, like I said in my DJ Small Eyes, you got to put your first foot forward to be successful. It's not like, it's not too much opportunities. It's not too much, you know, people helping one another. You know, it's not none of that, you know. So if you know what you want to do and you have a good, clear head, mind, you're going to be good. Now, if you don't, you're going to be all over the fucking place. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of gangs out there. There's a lot of, you know, people just trying to get it how they live, you know. It's not, with the gang shit, it's like, you know, this is our way of making money. You know, this is our way to put food on the table and by any means necessary. And then you got other gangs, they want to do the same shit. But that block right there, only one gang can control it. So, you know, it is what it is. So.
So, I said, bro, signing off, bro. Tell the people where they can find you and stream your music.
Yeah, also Instagram, Legend, RKM. My website, rkmlegend.net. You can Google me, RKM Legend. But yeah, on my website, everything, all my new plans, all my new music, everything that we got in the works, shoes, movie, books, all that shit on my website. Y'all, so y'all tune in.
For sure, bro. Appreciate you coming out, man.